I looked into augmented reality in live sporting events, specifically the hologram presentation of live sporting events. So, brief background on how the technology actually works, how it came about. So, it was developed and patented by George Allen Qualls of Tampa, Florida, and it officially is called Remote Presentation of a Live Sporting Activity. So, in Figure 1 here, 22 and 24 represent cameras and microphones positioned around the court and above the playing field to capture the images and sounds of the game. In Figure 2 here, it just shows you technically how it works. Those images and sounds in point 10 are transmitted through the fiber optic network to the transmission system, eventually out to points 50, which is what you actually see at the sporting event. And so what you actually see might look familiar to the Tupac Shakur concert at Coachella in 2012 or the Michael Jackson hologram concert at the Billboard Music Awards in 2014. Both of those were done using hologram technology. As I mentioned before, the Tupac Shakur concert in 2012 at Coachella, where he sang alongside Snoop Dogg, was done by Digital Domain, a visual effects studio, for around $400,000. And shortly after they made the hologram, Digital Domain went bankrupt. The management consulting company Accenture also experimented with the technology by having their CEO and chief HR person appear in a meeting in Chicago while neither of them were in the United States. This again was extremely expensive, and the technology was developed all in-house by Accenture. But the point is that this shows adoption on a small level and shows the capability exists. So based on these examples, it would seem the technology is in place to actually do a full live sporting event. But the two main issues stopping this from happening right now are cost and time. For example, with the Tupac concert, that was one concert at Coachella, and it cost $400,000 to create it and took nearly 4 months to actually fully develop it. Next, the issue of streaming rights comes into play. Well, companies like NBC, ABC, Fox, and CBS, all of these stations already have contracts and rights to live stream the games. So now if hologram presentations were allowed, this brings up a whole other issue of streaming rights and who's allowed to live stream a sporting event. While the idea of presenting an entire live event in augmented reality seems to have its fair share of issues and difficulties ahead, Japan proved it is entirely possible back in 2010. In their pitch for the 2022 World Cup, they presented their full-court 3D vision system that could live stream World Cup matches in other stadiums hours away. While they didn't win the bid for the World Cup, they showed they have the technology capable to produce a large-scale event live as a hologram. There's been some experimentation with virtual reality in the market as well. For example, Fox Sports and NextVR have been working together experimenting with virtual reality in sports, but still don't have enough high-quality content yet. Technologies like the Microsoft HoloLens will allow virtual reality positioning of a sports match on a coffee table, for example. But both of these virtual reality applications require additional equipment, which can be a nuisance. We're seeing an increase in augmented reality advertisements in stadiums as well. For example, Lexus used hologram technology to advertise on the upper suites and clubs at the Staples Center, Madison Square Garden, United Center, and Verizon Center. The hologram presentation put together by Team One in Los Angeles and Ventana, a hologram technology company, allowed users to see themselves spinning a ball on their fingers or playing a memory game revolving around car parts. As a result of just these advertisements, Lexus said they saw a double in dealer leads in Los Angeles alone. Ashley Crowder, the CEO of Ventana, says the hologram advertising space would be even more effective than just an LED wall, for example, because hologram technology collects data like gender, age, and occupation and has social sharing capabilities. So with the increased effectiveness that augmented reality advertising had for Lexus, I could see other companies adopting this as well. With augmented reality becoming a desirable platform to advertise through and technology moving quicker than ever, I see augmented reality pushing out virtual reality within the next 5 years for the future of sports streaming. For example, technology like 360 video was hot in 2016, but as Tom Collins of Octagon Sports Marketing said, it already seems a bit tired. I see a similar trend occurring with virtual reality, and with the success of Pokemon Go in the summer using augmented reality, other companies are now using that as a model for success. And in the actual presentation of the sporting event, I think another factor that augmented reality has over virtual reality is that there isn't any additional equipment required. It's engaging and allows you to actually be at the event as if it was taking place live right in front of you. This will open up more opportunities for advertisers as well that can use hologram presentation during timeouts and game stoppages. Advertisements for items like cars, for example, could be much more effective and engaging through realistic hologram projection right there on the empty playing field.